what you really need to stay fit and healthy right now. And it's, again, not what you think. It's not the latest diet. It's not the killer workout. It's not the bum sculpting leggings. It's not the superfood. It's not the special wrap you have, or the magic pill you have tonight, or it's not the number of hours that you don't eat. It's not how many hours of sleep you have. It's actually boils down to, I'd say, 3 key things that people haven't tried in the past, or they haven't had enough of in the past, for the health and fitness to stick, right? So if you look at the majority of people who come to MPRS to turn their lives around by finding their health and fitness, by doing the things that help them to feel fitter, healthy and happier, the commonality is that a lot of them have tried a lot of things in the past. They've tried the diets, they've tried the gyms, they've tried the classes, they've tried the magic pills, they've tried everything, in their own words. Whereas we know that you haven't tried everything, because if you tried everything, then something would have worked. Because for me, everything means that you've tried every single combination and permutation of things that are available to you, right? And what I've found over the years, we've been helping people in and around York since 2014 now. There've been patterns, right? There's been patterns of what works and what doesn't. And I pride myself on doing the stuff that does work, doing the stuff that saves you time, money and effort that would otherwise be wasted on things that don't work. And it boils down to 3 things, which are: 1, a sense of community; 2, having the right kind of guidance; and 3, empowerment, or being empowered. So what do I mean by that? So the fun element, right? The fun element is part of creating community, of having a sense of community, right? And that falls under the bracket of having fun, of having something to belong to, of having something that is varied, of feeling challenged, of being with like-minded people. All of that kind of groups into our core value of creating community, right? Community that we do at MPRS by, right? Like right now we have, the virtual community of support groups, so that you don't feel left alone. Like right now, with us all being in isolation, a lot of people feel very isolated, so that we do what we can to make sure that people stay connected during this time. So one thing that you really need right now to stay fit and healthy, I think, is that sense of community, okay? Staying connected, because you're not on your own. The second thing is having the guidance. So if you look at everything that people have tried in the past before they come to us, they've not had the right guidance. They've not had the... It's not to do with not having the information as to what to do. It's about actually doing the right things, i.e. doing the right things that make a difference to their lives, right? And that comes from getting the right guidance. And in the case of MPRS, it would be giving you the guidance that means that you don't waste any more time, money and effort on the things that don't work. So if you've had the pattern of yo-yoing up and down for the last however many years, you've been on some kind of diet for however many years, isn't that a clue that that stuff doesn't work, right? However, it's easy for me to say that, whereas if you have someone external to you that isn't in the thick of it, it's much easier for someone outside of you, someone independent, to give you the 10,000-foot view, right? As opposed to, it always makes me think of, like, a fish doesn't know that it's in water if that's all it's ever known, in terms of it's born into water, it lives every day in water. It doesn't know any different to living in a environment without water, right? So the same applies with a person and their health and fitness. If they are set in their ways and that's the only way they know, it's going to take someone outside of, say, the fishbowl to give you that prod, give you that guidance as to what does actually work and what doesn't. What is the water and what is outside of the water, or the fishbowl, to continue this analogy, right? So it is about finding the right kind of guidance, and you are best placed to get guidance from people who have already helped people just like you with the problems that you have. Those initially being life has got in the way. I used to be fit. I'm really busy. I have no time, or I've had no time to myself in the last X years, especially now. And I'm at the end of my tether, and I know that if I don't do something now, nothing's going to ever change, right? Especially right now, when it's so important to look after yourself, because you're otherwise no use nor ornament to anyone else if you don't look after yourself first. So they're the first two things I think people need right now to get fit and healthy. One, a sense of community, and two, this guidance, this giving you the shortcuts, of giving you the small steps to take that are actually going to stick, as opposed to giving you some overhaul approach, some kind of all or nothing approach, which you're never going to stick to, and you're going to end up back at square one and come out of this period of our lives right now, these interesting periods of our lives, feeling no different and going back into the same cycles that you've been on for however many years, okay? So that's the second thing. And the third thing is empowerment. And what I mean by empowerment is, empowerment to me makes me think of inspiring someone, of motivating someone, of giving you the confidence to go out there and do the things that you never thought you'd be able to do, of giving you that confidence to go out and be brave and go for that job, or ask that person that question that you've been holding on to forever and ever, or connect with XYZ, whatever it is. Empowering for me is giving you the power, right? It's giving you the power to go and do even better things, or be an even better person, and inspiring others, so that one, you lead by example, and two, you leave some kind of legacy, you make some kind of impact, right? So these three are our core values here at MPRS. One, giving you community. Two, giving you the community, giving you the guidance, and thirdly, empowerment. That is what I think the three things are that you need to stay fit and healthy right now, and you can get them from anywhere, right? It's just about looking in the right place for those elements that have otherwise been missing in your health and fitness journey, and it is just about reaching out and finding the right people, the right group of like-minded people to give you those for long-lasting results. I don't want you to just be fit and healthy for now. I want you to be fit and healthy for the rest of your life, right? But more than ever, people are looking at their health and fitness right now, because it's just so important. So important. That's my take anyway.